Beyond what is up.
Beyond what is up.
Beyond what is up.
Beyond what is down.
You broke the chain.
So pessimistic.
Yep.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 89 of Podcast Beyond.
Beyond.
We're here. Sans Jeff.
It's about time.
He's gone forever.
Now it's my time
If you
to
guys missed the past couple ones, Jeff is now on the PC team, so he's no longer on Beyond. It is, unless something goes horribly awry, we'll bring him back for 100.
Nope.
But we'll
deal.
see what happens. People are saying that, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of obvious. But anyway.
Here's a note.
A
lot of people think that I'm the quietest person on the team. I don't have a lot to say. I let other people talk during the podcast. This is not actually the case. Jeff just absorbed all my airtime. Now it's my time. I'm going to talk more. You're going to hear more Clements.
I don't know if I like this at all.
Yeah, you better.
Sam, why don't you absorb Jeff and you take over the Clements time?
Slurp.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's.
I'm a blob.
Oh, okay.
What happened?
I thought that was like his impression of Jeff.
Oh.
Slurp. I was like, really? Did Jeff slurp his coffee or something like that while he played?
All right. Let's get right into the Roper Report.
Time for some news.
That was Sam, and that was pretty good.
I tried.
I like it. It's got kind of the boost thing.
That was the one thing that everybody was afraid of in the comments.
I kind of sick.
Time for news.
I'm totally sick of it, though, so I was hoping we could change it.
Yeah, I think we could mix it up every week.
Yeah.
I think
we'll
we
do
should.
a different style.
We're at what, 89?
Yeah,
Yeah.
89.
We're so close to 100. We shouldn't do any. We should do no revisions until 100.
And then, 100 is just a completely different
100.
show.
Well, no, 100 is our final farewell to the old format, and then we come back with something crazy.
Then it's hair
Okay.
metal.
We should come back kind of like a variety show where we have like a musical guest.
We start with a bit in the beginning all the time.
Yeah, exactly. We'll do a monologue. That'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
All right,
Man, have you read? So what's in the news today? Have you heard about?
Can it end with me being like, take care of yourself and each other?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right.
As for the news, let's see. Ghost Recon 4 was announced as part of Ubisoft's financial reports.
Ubi.
So it's very good. The Witcher may be canceled on consoles. The status of that is kind of up in the air right now, so we don't know what's happening. We will see. But in positive news, one that I'm very excited about.
We never get positive news around here.
Sometimes we do, like this one.
Okay.
A company called Zootfly
Zootfly?
is producing a game starring none other than Mr. T.
The one and only Mr.
Oh,
T.
no.
You know what that means?
That means that we killed him a long time ago.
Well, no, I think the game was made before that happened.
We killed him. Okay.
Yeah.
Before he died.
But anyway, so we'll see what
Inspired by podcast.
So we'll see what happens.
It's
We'll see what
interesting to
happens when that game
see
comes out.
Zootfly continuing just to mine things from the 80s.
See, so we've had
Oh,
Mr.
we
T.
can't do a Ghostbusters game? Well,
Yeah.
Mr. T, what's he doing?
We've had Mr. T here before. Obviously, everybody remembers
Obviously,
when T
yeah.
was on here. But maybe when
Well, they
the game's coming
remember.
out, we can have him call in.
God, I hope
and
not.
he can come back. Let's see. Konami has dropped 6 Days in Fallujah, saying that it was too controversial.
Thoughts, Rober?
Well,
I don't think that's the reason that it was dropped, but whatever they want to say.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You
we
think just 'cause it was
we
bad?
have
We saw the game.
contrasting editorials. We have an editorial from Mike Thompson, and we're going to be having a counter editorial up in a little bit
From
Steve Butts.
I know him.
Yeah, you do.
All right.
You think he's old, but he's
I do
not.
think
He's
he's
a
old.
spry young man.
No, he's not.
He's
Yeah.
a strapping lad.
He is a strapping lad.
A young buck.
So you think
Yeah.
it's conspiracy? It was really dropped because it was a bad game.
I think that's why it was. But
Okay.
And
actually, I guess it's not out. It's not coming out, so it doesn't matter. That game was a giant piece of crap from what we saw.
Oh, it'll be out.
So
you just did it. You just
well, whatever.
Remember when they also
what we saw looked terrible.
they tried to bury Ghostbusters. They tried to bury Wet. They came back stronger than ever.
But those games at least had promise. This game had. It just wasn't.
We can rebuild
No.
him.
Yeah.
Stronger. faster than
Let's
he
see
was
here.
before.
The EA Sports Complex is live at home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you can go do that.
Yeah. Wait.
Actually has stuff you can do, which is
Yeah.
kind of crazy. You can play poker. So,
Play poker. You can you do little RC car races? I can't.
although
remember
I've never been able to play that because the interface is so stupid.
Dude, I don't understand why they don't just instance all the little things that you can do at home. The fact that you have to wait in line just to play a little stupid minigame
the problem
is
with the
retarded.
It would be realistic if I
the
could.
problem with the racing game is there's a little blockade kind of separating you from the cabinet that your dude sits down at, right?
Yeah.
And so you're standing, in the game, maybe about 10 feet back from the cabinets. Since home works as whatever you're closest to is what you activate, if any other person is trying to play and stands near
then
you,
you bring up the little
you
profile
can't activate the game because you're activating people near you. So you have to find a place where nobody's standing near you and then go stand there and then try to connect. And I tried for one day for about an hour, and even when I could get in, even when I could choose the game, the server wouldn't let me in, even though only like one person was playing.
Sweet.
So
Fun
I don't know
times
if that's
in
been
home.
fixed since then. I kind of gave up since I tried for an hour and it didn't work. There are rumors going around that the PSP Go is coming.
Yes.
No UMDs.
Yeah, it says no UMDs, little slide out, little keyboard thing, and
Are you Lord Voldemort?
controls.
It's my rumor voice.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with there. That's supposed to be at E3. Should they be true?
Go!
Speaking of the PSP, Tekken 6 and a new Soul Calibur on the way to it.
Snap, son.
If you guys haven't read my eyes on of Soul Calibur Broken Destiny, by the way, that is one of the best looking PSP games I've ever seen.
I couldn't believe it. Like, I saw screenshots of it.
It looked, seeing it in motion, it almost looks as if you had just taken the current gen version and sort of shrunk it down a little bit.
The models
if you're
ridiculous.
sort of looking at it from afar and you're not really looking at like the little jagged edges and stuff, like it looks phenomenal. Fantastic looking game.
Go figure.
Whether the gameplay is going to work is another story.
Don't shove me all hard. I
Wow.
don't like you with that, Jeff.
Oh,
He was
The,
your
Strong onto his head.
The last bit of news that I'll mention today is that Greg and I, we've played this. Uncharted 2 as multiplayer.
Yeah.
Booyah!
Booyah.
As both competitive and co-op multiplayer.
Yep.
And,
really good.
And as a sort of side hatch to this thing, if you purchase Infamous, you get a beta key for Uncharted 2.
If you purchase one of the
first multiplayer
One of the first ones. Yeah, not all of them, because they're not going to let you in the beta if you purchase Infamous next year.
Yep.
So,
When the game is
Which would
out.
be pretty awesome.
yeah. Unless you can somehow find the first original copy.
Like
then-
we're still getting emails about the Little Big Planet beta, even
Yes, we
though
are.
it is the game has been out for a long time.
Well, some people just want a free ride.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go. That's the news. Let's. So, hey, Greg.
Yep.
What games are coming to stores?
Well, I have the official IGN list of upcoming PlayStation software on all 3 platforms by the IGN editors.
It's the official list of upcoming PlayStation software on the IGN platforms of something or other.
I liked how you didn't even try to lead into it with anything.
Yeah,
So
it's just
you
like straight to the point, man.
I was like, well,
no jibba jabba.
Also,
See, it's
that was me trying to do sort of the David Letterman style, where
Oh,
they
yeah,
always
yeah.
have
Oh,
a ridiculous with lyrics.
with alien Paul Schaefer.
Yeah, with Paul Schaefer.
His eyes are always closed. How does he see anything?
I don't know.
That bald bastard. All
All
right,
right,
go ahead.
so as of this moment, Thursday, Podcast Beyond Day, PS3 is nothing. PSP is Dynasty Warriors Strike Force. PS2 is Backyard Baseball 10. However, tomorrow, X-Men Origins Wolverine Uncaged Edition comes to PS3.
Woo.
And then X-Men Origins Wolverine comes to PSP, PS2 as well.
Greg did a little hand motion
I
to
did.
signal that
I
it was
wanted to let you know that it
end.
is caged. That version is the caged
Yes.
version.
I see. Does it come with a cage?
No.
Because that's a nice little, depending on the
Does it?
size.
The way they phrase that, it makes it sound like it's a collector's edition or something like. No, just that's how
It's
they call
extra
it.
gore or something.
Yeah, that's-
because the next gen versions, the HD ones, are mature.
Yes.
They are M, and the other ones are not.
Yes.
They are T.
There you go. Are they-
Does Wolverine like give the enemies flowers
Yes,
as he
exactly.
fights them?
Exactly.
It's like
Yeah.
It's like
flowers
a
come out of his
exactly.
hands.
it's like a friendship
Delightful
fatality.
bouquets all around.
And candy, free candy for everyone.
There's candy canes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Jeff no longer is on Beyond
That's
on a regular
correct.
fashion. So I'm wondering, were you able to somehow get in contact with Zombie Blognack?
Yes, I was.
Phew.
I reached into the ethereal streams of fate and I
Oh, good God.
snagged. Is snab a word?
Snabbed,
I made it
should
a
be.
word.
It is right
It is
now.
now. It is now. It's your new word.
Yes, I have the update from Blognack. There's actually quite a bit going on today on the PlayStation blog / on the PlayStation Store. We're going to see the Killzone 2 Steel and Titanium pack.
Nice.
We're going to see a Little Big Planet Egyptian mini pack. We all love that. Burnout Paradise Cops and Robbers is coming today
Yay.
as well.
Which I played.
In terms
good.
of demos,
Sorry.
we're getting, as we previously announced, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 demo, which is free, of course.
Hell yeah.
We're also getting a Patapon 2 demo, which is also free.
There you go.
And some more Prinny add-on content, which surprises me because I didn't know about that.
Well, now you do.
we
Greg-
talked about this a little while ago, right?
Greg
Like,
is.
I'm not happy.
Well, the two of them already came out, and I thought
Oh,
there was only two.
Do you
and now
realize-
there's a third
Man.
one.
I don't know.
crank it on that.
I'm seeing here also in the Blognack report, PS3 themes, Patapon 2, excellent, a
Yeah.
Patapon 2 thing. However, University of Louisville theme, Ole Miss theme. Come
Are
on,
you still waiting?
Zombie Blognack.
Are you still
Get a
waiting on
Mizzou
yours?
on your freaking brain. God, I hate people.
There you go. Pick of the week. Greg, your review is not up
Pick
for
of the
Wolverine yet,
week.
but I am assuming that Wolverine's going to be pick of the week.
That will be.
Yeah, so there you go. Pick of the
Sweet.
week is Wolverine
Yay. Shing.
as of tomorrow, I guess.
Pick.
Trophy tips. Do we have any? Just the tips. To mention. How are the trophies in Wolverine?
They are all very attainable, but be very careful because when you finish the game, there's obviously that unlocks the hard difficulty, right?
It broke his heart.
So yeah, no kidding. Everybody in the office knew about this when it happened. So like, I'm trying not to give away. There's statistics. We've talked about that before as far as how many people you killed. That's all tied intrinsically to the trophy, system or whatever. Trophies are fun to get and they're easy to get, and you can go not easy, but I mean you work through them. You see where you are at all
They
times.
happen pretty naturally.
You know how they are. Yeah, exactly. So I finished my first run through the game. I was like, great, now I'm going to go play it on hard and, start working for that trophy, which is out obviously publicly as well. And I said, start new game. And it said, okay, I'm going to save over your old data. I'm like, all right, cool. So I went in, started the game, and it erased everything. Like all of my stats and my kills and all of my...
You couldn't choose stages anymore?
All my mutagens, all my powers, every stage I've been to, everything was locked. It was like it basically went in and just sucked everything out. So I still had the trophies I already won, but seeing as how this is such a progression game of kill 2,000 enemies or whatever, I was already back down to 0. So I'd have to...
Yep. So be careful.
I've never seen Greg so close to tears in my life.
I was
than that day.
Extremely upset.
So if you want the trophy for beating it on hard, then start there.
Do it. Oh, no, you can't. You have to unlock it.
That's what's so screwed about the whole thing.
That is right.
So you have to beat it, and then you have to play it on hard.
The way to do it totally is to beat it on normal, and then go into the replay missions, kill the number of dudes you need to kill, max out your XP stuff, all that jazz, and then when you have everything but the hard trophy, go through and do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there you go. Topic of the week. So, Greg, you and I and Sam, we were all last week.
That one startled even me.
You jumped.
Yeah.
Last week we traveled down to L.A. We went to a Sony event and played a handful of games, bunch of stuff, which went up yesterday and Wednesday. We saw Pixel Junk 1-4. We saw... there's gonna be a contest named the next one, but that's cool. We saw like White Knight
Trash
Chronicles
Panic.
and Trash Panic and
Pixel Junk Monsters Deluxe.
bunch of stuff.
Motorstorm.
Yeah.
For PSP.
Heavy Rain was there, which we can't write about yet.
Yes.
But we will see that eventually. Uncharted 2. We played there. And
Ryan's motioning.
He's Ryan, but I'm not done.
Okay.
And then there was a second leg of this tour.
Yes.
Where you and Sam and a bunch of the people
Hell yeah, we did, Sam. Come on.
went to Seattle.
Seattle.
And saw Mag.
Yep.
And Infamous.
Yep.
And what else did you see?
The Agency, which we also can't talk about yet.
Yeah. But so we
But
saw
when we can talk about it, we'll talk about it.
Ryan, why don't you interject what you want to say here?
Oh, the only thing I was going to interject is that I just have one word to describe my feeling about many of those games. You want to know what that word is?
Sure. Yeah.
Ryan wants a lot of
I really want Pixel Junk Monsters Deluxe on PSP.
Yeah.
I liked it on PS3, but now that it'll be in my hand, like for a train ride or whatever, that's awesome. I really want that game.
Very good. But anyway, while we were at these events and while you and Sam went to Seattle, various bits and pieces and stuff, audio recordings, were taken from these things.
Yeah.
It's some trash talking, I hear.
A little Greg Miller diary of Sony Gamers Day or Editors Day. I forget what they called it. Oh, PlayStation Gamers Day.
Gamers Day
2009.
Were drinks involved, Greg?
For some of them, yes. Well, overall, the whole trip was incredibly drink involved. But for the parts you'll be hearing tonight, yes, drinks are involved. We're going to kick it off here with a very special segment. It was created by Chris Roper. It came from his head. It is... We were at the event. We played Uncharted 2 multiplayer. They said, awesome, the event's over. We banded together, went to Sony, convinced them to convince Naughty Dog to stay behind. So you had us... Well, Roper had to go somewhere. So it was me and Sam. IGN represented, with Sony represented, with Naughty Dog. Evan and Christoph, co-presidents of Naughty Dog, playing Uncharted 2 multiplayer, and it was a drinking game of Uncharted 2 multiplayer. I explained the rules in here, and then I quickly explained why we won't be doing them anymore. So we're kicking it off with the Naughty Dog drinking game of Uncharted 2 multiplayer, an IGN exclusive. When we put up the Uncharted 2 guide, we'll put up the rules on how to do the IGN drinking game.
It is a brilliant idea.
I was just going to say, if you want to introduce one at a time, then I can,
Oh, okay, sure. All right, fine then. Let's just do that.
So why don't we let's cut to this amazing Uncharted
All right,
thing.
let's go right now. What's up? Hey, it's Greg. Oh, totally. We have Ryan Clements has to edit everything. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Greg. I'm at Sony's event. This happened last week, but it's embargoed until Monday, so now it's happening on Thursday, so no one understands what's happening.
I can't keep track.
I'm with co-president of Naughty Dog, Evan Wells. Evan, how are you?
I'm fantastic. This is a fun event.
Evan, what are we about to do?
We're about to get some behind-the-scenes multiplayer action going.
That is BS. We are about to play Uncharted 2 multiplayer drinking game.
How do you play?
It's very simple. We're going to do a qualifying round where we will decide who is 1 through 10. Then that will be your handicap. So if you came in 10th, which you will,
Absolutely.
then you would have to be beaten 11 times, killed 11 times to drink 1 drink. So you take your kills and you minus them from your thing. If you're number 1, you minus 10 from that. You got killed 10 times. You're drinking 9 times.
I think I might have already had too many drinks. I can't follow a word you're saying.
Well, it's going to be interesting because it's going to get freaking crazy in about a little bit. Hey, Christoph, you're co-president. What do you think of this?
What?
What do you think of all this?
Of this tonight? I don't know. If I can drink, I'm cool. It's cool. That's all I care about.
That's all that matters.
Let's play, drink.
Let's do it. I know.
Yeah.
Well, apparently
So
the
if
game
you lose,
is
you drink?
rebooted. Kind of. I'll explain it in a little bit.
Well, if you win, do you drink?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can drink whatever you want. I'll be drinking all over the place.
Oh, yeah, all right. So
cool.
let's go.
All right,
Let's
cheers,
play
let's
then.
do it.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. When you already have something open, you hit record on something that's already been recording, Sam.
Yeah.
It just picks up recording. It doesn't
it
start a
just
new
keeps on
thing.
Going. Oh, that's awesome.
Hey everybody, it's Greg again. This might be into one giant segment. Who knows if Clements is on editing? But I'm with Sam Bishop, TotalPlaystation.com, and intern, whatever, freelance editor. What are you?
Yeah, freelance. Freelance. Schmoozer.
Sam, what do you think all this crazy shit about to go down?
What's that? What?
I said, what do you think of all this crazy shit that's about to go on? Clements, edit out shit. Otherwise, we'll get in trouble. All right. Are you excited to play Uncharted multiplayer drinking game?
Hell yes.
Do you think this is a drinking game that'll catch on with the kids?
I hope so. I really hope that kids across the country basically take it up and start doing it every single night, even though they don't have Uncharted 2 yet.
Of course, this is Team Deathmatch. I mean, what do you think of Uncharted? I mean, now our impression's already live. They've been live since Monday, so we can say whatever we want now. What do you think of this game so far?
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, edit that, Clements. Beyond! Beyond! Damn it. See, Sam, here's the problem with iTalk. Is that when it goes into screensaver mode, you can't turn it off. So I gotta talk for like 1 minute and then cut it off, or I gotta do the whole slot. Beyond! Beyond! Alright, does anybody care about the rules I established earlier? Alright, how about you just drink when you feel like drinking? We get drunk and play Uncharted! Alright, there we go. So Sam, you want to make a big deal about you winning?
Yeah, I did, but I lost. In the end, I lose.
Did you really lose? Did our team lose?
No, we won.
What? It didn't work out too well. If you feel you're a wuss and you can't drink, then don't drink. Jill Weber. That's going on Podcast Beyond, the greatest podcast in the history of the internet. Everybody drink. All right, this is an awkward way to end this one. Hey Sam.
Yeah.
I just won that game.
Yes, you did.
And I also killed Christoph a lot, co-president of Naughty Dog. He's ND Media Day 09, and I kicked the crap out of him. What do you think of that?
I think it's awesome.
Let's go get his opinion. Hey,
what's up?
ND Media
Did
Day
you see me?
09.
I got 13 kills.
Yeah, but it's surprising. I kept killing you.
No, that's not possible.
No, I'm pretty sure.
you
I mean, I can't imagine. I can't imagine that.
13 kills. Like I got like 70% of all the kills of my team.
But I was the winner of my team.
Yeah,
And I killed
but,
you a
like,
bunch of
this
times.
is because the people I was playing with. I mean, it's like.
Jeff, what do you think of that? Are you playing with Christoph? Are you on his team?
Not on his team.
What were you last time?
I was the bad guys, and I was good. It felt so good.
But I was better. Remember, I won.
I don't recall any.
Hey everybody, this is Jeff Rubenstein, by the way, the guru of the PlayStation blog, in case you didn't know.
Really, I'm a guru now.
Isn't that what we introduced you as before?
You introduced me as the Jeff who doesn't pee his pants.
Are you excited that next time you come, you will be the only Jeff on the PlayStation blog?
It's bittersweet.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things where he wanted to stay, but then when he found out that you might be coming back one day, he said, I can't.
And you know what? I respect that, because there's room only for one of us. There can be only one.
All right, Rube, let's talk about it. What do you think of Uncharted 2?
I mean, come on. You know I love it. It was my favorite game for the first year and a half of...
Uncharted 2 was?
Yeah, it was. I knew... I could see what they were building off of Uncharted 1, and I knew where it was going, and it was my favorite. But...
I won't lie, these multiplayer modes pretty fun.
Yeah, and it looks really good, and it's funny. I've been playing a lot of RE5, and you would think that third-person shooter, realistic weapons, it would have a similar feel. It doesn't feel anything like it. It's much more mobile.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna drink some more. I'll talk to you later.
I like it.
Brian Keltner, frequent person on Podcast Beyond. How are you enjoying Uncharted 2?
I am loving it.
I hear you're not that good at it.
Shut it.
Yeah, that's right. I dominate, and you couldn't hold a candle to me, I heard.
Is that why you're not playing anymore? Because you're scared?
Well, somebody's got to go. Oh, I just won the last round,
I've
and
heard that
Sam
before.
Bishop confirmed it. I'm
heard
sure you
that.
have. Maybe when I won the Resistance thing that you hosted. Maybe when I won some luggage.
I didn't get
Who
to
knows?
play then.
Oh, all right. Anytime you want. Anytime you want. My PSP and Resistance is upstairs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I also have Patapon. We should play some Patapon together.
Ooh, I like where you're going with this.
I do too.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna go bug Jill Weber.
Okay.
Hey, Jill Weber, are you as bad as you said you'd be?
Well, I think I'm
Well,
making.
you just jumped to options.
I'm making some kills, so I'm not. Oh,
As you get.
As I get like blindsided.
Wow.
But look, I have a kill.
All right. Congratulations. Oh, what a good time that was. Lots of yelling.
It was. Lots of trash talking.
Lots of drinking. Shooting.
Lots of Naughty Dog guys losing to us.
Hard to believe that I'm a better player at Uncharted 2 than Christoph. But we'll see that. He's already challenged me, as you heard right there, to a retail version of it.
And he challenged to change the code of the game to make you lose.
Oh, yeah, he did say that.
That's right.
I forgot all about that. Yeah. All right. So now, put on your thinking caps because we're going to Seattle, hometown of Sam Bishop.
Yes, it is.
This is where you cut your teeth, some would say.
It is.
Okay,
It
good.
is indeed.
Now we're gonna talk Infamous. We are. Close your eyes, kids. We're in a picture or something. We're in this like bar art gallery kind of thing, and it's got an upstairs and a downstairs. But you can see it's like a loft from the upstairs. You can see down. There's a bunch of Infamous pictures on the wall. A lot of flat screen TVs playing the game. The front door is like a garage door. Crazy Seattle
Sure
people,
is.
I tell you, man. I don't know.
That's how all our front doors are, oddly enough.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They also have
You see a door, but it's not really there.
They also have these like giant sausages and blankets that were really good, like pigs and blankets. They also had ribs. I'm a rib fan. However, at a video game event where I'm walking around touching controllers,
Yep.
Yeah, it's a
swine
little...
flu, folks. That's where it came from. Seattle, not Mexico. Anyways, now we're going up this. We're going up to the loft. Everybody, come with me. All right, now we're gonna talk to Nate Fox, game director of Infamous, up at Sucker Punch. I will apologize ahead of time, as you will hear. This is a bumping party, so
Yes, it
there
is.
is some bass going on here, and of course I don't know the power of my own voice. So I decided to overcompensate for the bass while Nate talked normally. And iPhone picked up everything he says fine, and I'm very loud. So,
Listeners,
who would have thought of that?
Oddly
Greg
enough,
Miller.
he had a full
Prepare
head
your
of hair
speakers.
for the event, and then you just
I
screamed the
screamed
hair
it
right
all
off his head. Yep.
Man, you're mean. Let's go talk to Nate. Beyond, what's up, everybody? It's Greg. I'm here with Nate Fox, game director on Infamous. How you doing, Nate?
I feel beautiful.
It's been a long night for you. You holding up okay?
Like I said, beautiful is the word. Like glitter all over my eyes.
All right, real quick, tell everybody where we are and what's happening.
Oh, we are in Capitol Hill, which is the finest neighborhood of all of Seattle, for Infamous's Media Day launch, where we show a lot of the press some stuff that we've never shown them before and reveal some serious secrets.
What was the main serious secret you revealed here tonight?
The main serious secret was that when you buy Infamous, you actually get the Uncharted 2 multiplayer beta key, which is very nice if you're into Uncharted, which I am in a big way. Beyond.
Now, Nate, why was it you felt Infamous was so bad it couldn't live without Uncharted?
Well, Infamous is fine. You know, like I'm a proud guy. You know, I like Infamous. We worked hard. But what Uncharted is, I'll tell it to you right now. It's legitimacy. Naughty Dog, to me, they're like the big guns. They're the varsity league. For them to kind of like be a part of our launch means that I just lettered in video games.
I got bad news for you. Earlier in this podcast, people listened to when I got to stay late and have a drinking multiplayer tournament with Naughty Dog playing Uncharted 2. I'm not sure if this has made it through the Sony tree yet. I beat Christoph, shot him in the head several times.
Yeah? Well, that's just richly deserved. That dude deserved it.
He had no response. So that's your varsity letter you're all worried about. Should have packaged it with Podcast Beyond.
Yeah. It sounds to me, Greg, like you're first string, dude. You got the goods.
I am what they call the star athlete. I'm the Randy Moss of video game journalists. A loose cannon.
Dude, I don't want to go up against you.
All right, good. So let's say someone just turned on Podcast Beyond. Why should they pick up Infamous?
Well, they should pick up Infamous if they've ever watched a superhero movie or read a comic and thought, dude, I wonder what it would be like to have powers.
Yeah.
Which I have had that thought. Have you had that thought?
A million times.
All right. If you've ever thought, like, what's my origin story? I mean, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to give you this origin story. And because it's an interactive medium where you kind of own the decisions of the character, we want it to be very much your origin story where you get to feel like you are a superhero.
Okay. Now, here's the big question on my mind. You're a very nice guy. I've met you many times. We're getting to be good friends, I'd like to think.
I'm glad that we're ready to take it to that level, particularly now that I know that you're a varsity gamer.
Yeah.
and I'm a hanger-on, so I really want to get in on that.
Are you at all getting sick of being compared to Crackdown or Prototype or anything else like that?
I really love when people compare us to other games because particularly awesome other games. I mean, we don't exist in a vacuum, and man, I love Crackdown. I would be psyched if people thought we were as good as that game.
Crackdown's a lot of fun and packaged with a good demo as well.
That's true. Crackdown had an awesome demo associated with it. Wow, that's staggering, but true. No, man, comparisons are awesome. I buy games based on comparisons.
You don't buy them based on IGN reviews, huh?
Well, IGN reviews are, of course, the cornerstone of any of my decision-making.
$20 is getting slipped right in your pocket right now.
That's true. I only buy games based on Greg Miller reviews. Beyond.
For real, yeah, we've talked about Infamous a lot on the show, so, there's no serious questions to ask you anymore. The people know. They know how hard. Here's my thing. A few weeks ago on Beyond, I said that I would not rest until I had a platinum in Infamous. How hard is that challenge going to be for me?
I'm glad that you're a first-string gamer.
All right, so I'm gonna have to crank it up a notch.
I think you are, Greg. I mean, you seem like you're a pretty skilled gamer, but I don't know that I really see the intensity necessary for a platinum.
Really?
I'm just,
I guess you've never read one of my previews of this game.
Well, let me ask you, dude. When you're thinking about superhero fantasy, what is your superhero fantasy?
To be good and be the hero of the city, save the day, get everybody, save the girl at the end.
Right? Why do you want to be good so bad?
Because I'm terrible in real life. I just can't stop making fun of Clements or Jeff Haynes or whoever. So that's my problem.
Well, Jeff Haynes deserves it. Who's Jeff Haynes, by the way?
He was a guy. He used to be on the PlayStation team. He just left.
Did you alienate him?
No, he went to the PC team. He's gonna play PC games now.
Wow, that's bleak, dude.
I know, weak sauce, right?
Beyond.
All right, I think we beat the dead horse here. Nate, we've hung out a lot. I probably won't see you much anymore until Infamous 2 gets announced.
I look forward to the day when you and I can hoist a glass and salute new video games.
I agree. Now we're gonna hug. Beyond. This is us hugging. All right, we're back again. That was a fun one too. I like Nate, huh? Obviously, not super much game information. That was more personality based.
These are great.
I know. I'm sure you love it.
I haven't heard
I thought
any of them
it was
yet.
refreshing. You all just heard that I talked to him about the comparisons to Crackdown and everything else. It's refreshing that he was like, that's cool. I like that game. I want to be compared to that. Yada yada yada. So that's nice. All right. Cap's back on.
Oh, man. Okay.
Shut your eyes. We're now going somewhere else in the Seattle area. I don't know it very well. We're going to Zipper Interactive Studios.
We went to Redmond. On the doorstep of Microsoft.
There you go. Oh, yeah. I saw him.
And Nintendo, for that
Bill
matter.
Gates had his pirate ship circling the room.
On the doorstep to Microsoft.
Anyways, now we just saw Mag.
Yep.
256 players online. Brawling. We didn't see that. I mean, we played 5-on-5.
Yeah,
but it was, whatever.
We saw
that
6
can
people.
happen. I mean, guns, knives, shooting stuff, first person. Now we are going to talk to the lead game designer for Mag, Andy Bodwin. All right, everybody? All right, let's do it. Beyond! It's Greg. I'm here with Andy Bodwin. He is, what is your title with Mag, actually, Andy? Nobody told me.
Lead game designer for Mag.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It is a bit, yeah. My eyes are a little bit red and a little bit baggy, but we're making it through. We're having a good time.
So since there's 256 players in this game, are there 256 game designers then who sit down and take a player role every time?
No, we have a much better designer-to-player ratio than that. Actually, we have more players that we support in our game than we actually have in the studio, so testing it has been a fun challenge.
So what do you do in that situation?
We actually tap into kind of the other studios outside of ours within the Sony world, and eventually we're going to tap beyond that and try to
Beyond
audience beyond.
Yeah, see, sorry, it has to happen. Andy, for people who wouldn't have known yet, what is Mag all about?
So Mag is about 3 things. Obviously, it's a 256-player shooter, which is the scale. That's the first pillar of the game. The second is command, the fact that we're bringing players into the game, matching them into squads, and that there's this kind of command structure that's built into it to add a little bit of organization to what could be chaotic otherwise. And then the last is, of course, persistence. That every battle you play, when you join Mag, you join one of the 3 private armies that make up the game, and you start a career with them. And every battle you win or that you lose contributes to their strength in this kind of ongoing power struggle we call the Shadow War.
Now, talking a little about that, we just went through a demonstration of it, and how this is a persistent world. So even when I'm not out there with a platoon or anyone else, I'm at work like a normal human being. Stuff's happening, right, and it's going to affect my gameplay experience?
Absolutely. So think of it as each game mode represents a contract. So obviously these are private armies, and they contract with world governments for billions of dollars, way more than hopefully many of us make. But eventually what happens is if I keep, let's say I'm part of Valor and you're part of Raven. If we keep attacking you and your sabotage on the sabotage mission, which is our 64-player objective-based game mode, every time we win that, we're weakening your network of communications and making it harder for you to fulfill that contract for communications network you have with the governments of the world. So if we keep beating you, we keep getting stronger. We're going to take that contract from that government. We may get a little bit more experience every battle because of it. Our airstrikes may come a little bit quicker. We may get some better vehicles and things like that. So yeah, it's each one of them has in-game rewards as well.
Now, since we've only really seen the sabotage stuff in action, how many game modes are going to be? I mean, how's that all going to break down when I start up a thing? Do I go through and choose which mission I want to go out on?
Yeah, so the way it works is that when you start off, we're gonna strongly guide you into training, and then our team deathmatch, because we don't want you to jump into the big game right away and get your head shot off too fast. Although if you have friends playing, then you can always jump in with them and play whatever they're playing, and then they can take responsibility for you. But you start off with one of those training modes. And then we move you on through a little bit simpler deathmatch, and then we move you into our 64 missions, which are objective-based. They don't have all the bunkers, all the command abilities yet, but they are an objective-based system with full 64 players. And then you can move on to what we looked at today, which is the escort missions. Those are 128 players. We start adding more and more the depth of the game. And then in the final, the 256-player domination, it's all up for grabs. And the travel down that path is pretty quick. We don't want you to have to play very long before you can get the whole kit and caboodle.
One of the things that was interesting to me when this first got announced at E3, I was thinking, okay, it's going to be anarchy. 250-some people just running around killing each other nonstop in this giant wave of people everywhere. That doesn't seem to be the case. That's not what you guys are designing for. How does it break down in terms of organization?
There are definitely chaotic moments, and they're very cool chaotic moments. A lot of it is, if you think about, any war movie you've ever watched, you don't, unless it's Gettysburg, you don't line up your 128 against their 128 with automatic weapons and hope for the best. You break into smaller groups. Each squad has a different mission, each has a different objective, and you kind of spread them out over the battlefield. And then as you get closer and closer to the end goal, as you move towards that final objective, then you start seeing the helos flying in, you start seeing the paradrops happening, and then at the end you're all fighting over the central facility, all 256 players in that area. So it really serves as kind of a peak and a climax at the end of battle. As far as the organization goes, we built a lot of tools into the game, like the Frago system, the squad chat, things like that, to really incentivize guys to work together, but also make it easier to work, so you're not trying to chat on a 128-player channel, for example.
Now, one of the things that you were talking a little bit about the Frago system, how does that work for somebody who hasn't picked it up yet? There's platoon leaders, there's your general chief commander.
Yep, your OIC, and then you got your squad leader, who's down at the bottom. He's he's not at the bottom, but he's the lowest ranked commander, but he's actually probably got the most important job on the battlefield. So if you and I are buddies and we want to play together, we talk 6 of our buddies into playing, we can join up as a group and go in. Let's say you're the squad leader. You're charging. You insert maybe on foot, maybe on a vehicle, and you see that gate, and you got 2 bunkers beside it. What do? Do you want to take the gate first, try to rush through and streak past those bunkers, or do you want to try to target one of those bunkers and tell your squad to take it out? Or maybe you want to flank around the right-hand side, break through the wall, and come in that way. So those are all options that kind of give that command ability to that squad leader. And if you point at it and click one button, everybody in your squad hears, take out that bridge, repair that bunker, defend that gate. And they get an icon on their screen, and they get rewarded with experience for doing it.
Now, interestingly, from the presentation you guys were talking, if I wanted to go rogue, go solid snake, go off on my own, I can do that. I just don't get as many points, right?
Well, you can do that. You will still get the points for the kills that you do, but you're getting bonus points if you're doing them in the area. So we got snipers. I'm not a big sniper fan. I love killing snipers personally. I like a silenced weapon, and I love sneaking up behind them with a knife. But if I'm doing that, but those guys can be sitting up on a hilltop 100 meters away, and if they're shooting guys that are guarding that gate or trying to stop that charge that I just planted, they're going to get those bonus experience. So we're just trying to teach players, play the game how you want, and you're going to get more reward if you do it around where your squad needs you.
A lot of stuff to go into. Is there going to be a beta here for fans who would want to get involved?
We are definitely going to be doing some beta testing on our game, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more in the future.
Okay. It's the future right now. Can you talk about it?
A little bit longer in the future.
Damn it, I thought I almost had him. All right, Andy, what haven't we talked about for MAG that you want people to know? I mean, I know it's still early. You're still shooting for this year, right? Isn't it a 2009 fiscal year? Okay. So what do you want people to know that they don't know?
It's going to be a very different experience. I mean, it's intense, it's awesome, but it's not just taking a 64-player game and times 4ing it. I mean, it really is. You play the game different. You have to think differently. You can have great time as a new player coming in and just focusing on the end of the gun, but if you're a shooter fan, man, there's so much more to do in this than there is in any other shooter, especially on the MP side. You're going to have a blast.
For somebody who wouldn't know Zipper's background, I mean, obviously you guys were entrenched with SOCOM for so long. What's it been like, I mean, working on this new experience while that franchise moves on?
Well, I personally worked on SOCOM Combined Assault, so I kind of got in on the tail end of that, so I won't claim much responsibility of that success. But it's been, it's bittersweet. I think that people internally love the SOCOM franchise, but they're also having a good time working on MAG. So, there are things we learned from that we've carried on to MAG, but it's also an opportunity for us to do something that is, really different, as SOCOM was when it came out. So,
great. All right, Andy, before you go, you have to give me a Beyond.
Beyond!
Beyond! All right.
Oh, man.
Man, what a journey this has been. Now I'm sorry. Everybody shut your eyes. We don't want to get stuck in Zipper. All right.
We're back.
Now we're traveling through the telephone line. And we are back in the podcast room, just like Morpheus.
That's right. Well, except that the listeners have to go back to wherever they're at.
No, they're here now.
They're here now. Oh, my God.
Hey, how's it
There's
going?
too many
How
of
you
them.
doing? It's been a
So
while.
there you go.
Oh,
The journey.
Hey, buddy.
There it is.
Hey, how
Very
you doing?
informative. Very.
Thank you,
sister?
Greg. Thank you,
good,
Greg,
all
for
right.
recording all
Hey, no
those.
problem. I did my best.
Let's get to some reader mail.
Reader Man!
Bag of mailing baggy.
Malaria. Swine flu.
What's swine
Mail
flu? Our first piece of mail.
It's not funny, by the way. I'm only saying
Yes, it
it
is.
Well, the
Swine
actual
flu is ridiculous.
You know what's actually really funny about the
people who
swine
are
flu?
inflicted with it
Or what I
and
find
are
very
dying
interesting
is
is,
not funny.
I read Twitter and stuff, people on there, Will Tuttle and a couple other people, and basically, the swine thing came out a couple of days, and then one day when it was kind of hit its peak, like the end of last week or whatever it was, beginning of this week, I think, every single person I saw on there was like, I just ate some pork tonight. Screw the swine flu. I had eaten pork that night. Will ate it. Patrick Seabold at Sony posted he ate a bunch of pork. It's like all these people just eating pork on the same day.
We eat pork shoulder.
Yeah.
What the?
So
wow. Apparently, no fear of catching something.
Everybody's eating pork on the same day. So if we all die, that's the problem.
It's overblown madness. Wash your hands. There, I solved.
What was this,
I solved the swine flu problem.
There you go.
Don't rub your eyes, dummies.
I've actually got some friends that live down there, and he said it's just totally like 28 days later. There's nobody in the streets. It's just totally empty.
In Mexico?
Yeah. It's craziness down there. And they got hit with an earthquake. I don't know. Somebody in Mexico did a bad thing, and God is apparently punishing the entire city because, man.
Yep. Getting on to some reader mail. Pyromaniac writes in. He says, "Yo, what up? C Nizzle."
Wow.
That's me.
Yeah,
See, no.
Yeah.
C Nizzle.
Yeah, get it?
I guess, because you started the thread. It says, when are you guys allowed to put up reviews for Infamous? Have you any of you played more of it? Any short thoughts? He's leaning towards buying it, but he wants to see a review first. It would be awesome if the review was out days before the game's released. I will tell you for a fact that the review will be out before the game. You have plenty of time between when that happens to, go look in your wallet for some money and go to the store and buy it. So that's pretty good. I don't know what else we can say besides that.
Okay.
So,
all right.
I don't know.
There you go. Yes, you will hear about it before.
Stay on the lookout.
Yeah. I like what I've played though. I'll just say
so
that.
you've played more.
I've played the game some.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the GDC demo was in.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, I've just played. From what I've played of the game, I think it's very
myself.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Get those 5 new missions up in Seattle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Have you synced your trophies lately, Rob?
I don't believe that I have.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
We'll see what happens when that goes up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think I have like 8. Anyway, 2779 says, "What are your thoughts on the Uncharted news?"
I think it's really good. I could understand when people started predicting it. You've been predicting it for a long time. This was going to be Uncharted 2's big thing. And as a giant Uncharted fan, I was very, really? Do we need to bring multiplayer to it? And I still honestly feel that way about the competitive multiplayer. I think it's fun,
Not
but
feeling too much.
co-op is awesome. Like, co-op blew my mind because it's like, that was perfect. It's like, it's not stepping on the toes of the game. It's not like I'm going to have somebody with me the whole time, like RE5 or whatever.
The thing is, if you haven't read about this too much yet, and you have just kind of seen that it happens.
Hey, thanks for supporting IGN, everybody.
Yeah. The co-op feels way different than at least what I assume a single player would, because it's like ultimate chaos. Like you're constantly shooting.
Super intense.
It's like when you play the regular game, like I would imagine we haven't played the sequel yet, but like in the first game, you kill a couple dudes, then you do some platforming, then you kill a couple dudes, and you climb around and solve a puzzle, whatever. In this thing, it's just there's always dudes, and you're constantly shooting. They're constantly coming at from each side, and even when there is a puzzle to do, which is usually has just a little icon that shows you, get 3 people over here and hold the button. Like a lot of times you're being shot at even while you're doing that. So like the game does not stop for you really.
And it's the whole approach for when enemies come in. It's all around you.
Yeah, they come
so
from
360 degrees. Yeah, so you have to constantly be moving to cover. You're constantly trying to support each other, watch each other's flanks, watch each other's back.
Still, it was one of that when I played co-op, it totally felt like Uncharted, because it was still like we're still fighting the same caliber of enemies. Where if we're gonna get down and stop, they're gonna try to come and get us, or they're gonna take cover too. Blah blah. But meanwhile, you're in competitive, and it's just you run. Don't take cover while you're dead. Well, now I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna find a rocket launcher.
See, the thing is, I think that when we were playing the competitive, it was the first time anybody has played it, right? And so we didn't have our thing done. I think once the game is out and people kind of start digging into it, like just the fact that you can still climb, all the stuff is there. So you can climb up walls and take cover and do all those sorts of things. I think people are going to learn the maps and know it like the back of their hand and be like, oh, if I go up to this crane here, I can jump across this rooftop, and I can find people from here. And I think that, especially in things like plunder or whatever, you can take different routes.
Plunder was fun. Capture the flag, that worked out.
Yeah, you carry like a large treasure. I think some of those things are going to have I think some people are going to get amazingly good at it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing, too. And I think, I don't know.
Well, even in the short time that we played it, we actually got pretty darn good at it, I think.
Like I said,
if I
kicked
say so
Christoph's ass.
Yes.
Naughty Dog destroyed.
You know what? One of the best kills in that game, too, is being able to pull people off a ledge.
Yeah.
I don't know why, it's just super satisfying. And then all of a sudden you hear the little chime. You killed them.
Yep.
Good job. They're dead now.
Yeah. So we're all happy about it.
Achieved.
Pseudoprime 1979 says, how do you feel about platform exclusive downloadable content for multi-platform games? Seems that gamers who own all the systems, it would influence what platform they buy the game on, but you also risk alienating fans of your game who would buy the DLC but don't own the right platform. Good case in point is Fallout. All the DLC is coming to 360. None of it's on PS3.
SmackDown is on PS3 has gotten stuff exclusively already. Batman
is getting the Joker.
Joker only.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that anybody's going to say they like having the exclusive stuff. Fanboys would be like, we got this, but then, whatever. I don't think that it's good. I mean, it's kind of gotten to the point, and I think somebody mentioned this in another piece of mail here, maybe not, but there aren't very many exclusive third-party games anymore. That's very rare. Almost every game is cross-platform, and so now it's sort of like the exclusives are turning into the DLC, which is kind of good because then everybody can still play the game, and the really hardcore guys can get their stuff from their specific system. So Microsoft or Sony or whatever is happy with their exclusive stuff. Everybody kind of looks to their platform, but everybody can still play the game, which I think that turn of events is kind of cool. But
the problem is DLC is starting to change now and is shifting to becoming a lot more content for what you get. Before it was, horse armor.
Yeah, exactly.
Crap.
Here's a shirt.
Now it's actual parts of the story that's continued. It's like extra segments that sort of build up the world.
Yeah, you get like 4 or 5 hours of gameplay.
It's really significant stuff. And if you're missing out on that does kind of suck.
Like Lost in the Damned. I mean, something like that. It's like, why would you not want it with everybody? And same with the Fallout ones. Like, I love Fallout, but I don't. I'd love to do some new stuff with it. I hope they put out a game of the year. I know. I hope they put out a game.
They'll do it. Yeah,
I'm aware, Sam.
Oh, are you?
Are
you, sir? Are you?
Yes.
Okay. I don't want to.
Easy, guys.
Don't start a new Wolverine game.
Oh no. So there you go. Black Mantle says this is an interesting one.
Okay.
People who existed hundreds of years or more ago, before present time, before electricity and technology's evolutionary track, would you think that they would be able to grasp the concept of video games just as we have today?
No.
So now this goes back. I think it's correct. But first, before you even talk about video games, you have to talk about TV, because you play stuff on TV. So imagine a dude in a night fighting for the round table, and all of a sudden you've got a giant 60-inch plasma, and he sees this thing in HD, 1080p.
Yep, he's going to go at it.
He's got to be like, holy crap, this is a portal.
Sorcery!
It's a portal to another zone. Now, the one interesting thing, here's what always gets me, is if you showed somebody a TV from the side, and it was a still camera angle, right, or the camera didn't move, it was live footage, whatever, it would look like a portal to another world for them. But if the camera's constantly changing, like say they're watching a movie,
yeah.
Like say they're watching Batman or something, the camera's constantly going between people and they're talking and stuff. That's got to be weird because
No frame of reference on how.
Yeah,
what the hell's
it's
happening.
like what's going on? Time just changed. This guy all of a sudden just changed clothes. Went from day to night. And wait, what's going? Maybe it's a thing looking into the future. Who knows what the hell's happening? But
Odin's beard. This is the Merlin trickery.
You know what would be awesome though is you go back to say Rome and go talk to Caesar and then show him documentaries on what's going to happen to him. I think that would be pretty rad.
You're gonna get killed.
Yeah, hey Brutus, watch out for him. But,
I think one of the best references we can have for a question like this is if you could imagine someone just like blinking into existence in front of you, who they can very easily just pass through time, as if it was just from one
Mr.
physical location to another, like Mr. T. But
Exactly.
it's that sort of thing. Like, can we sort of grasp that? We can't right now. It's very similar prospect. Like, we just don't understand certain technologies. They wouldn't understand certain technologies.
Yeah,
There you go.
think about all the crap we'll see in the next. In 20 years from now, everything will be different.
I think they would still enjoy Pixel Junk Monsters though.
Yep. And they'd be able to do it on the go.
Yeah.
Were you going to say something?
That is a good point, though, because everything that we are basing all of our concepts of the far-flung future, it's all based on
Our
the
current
relevance that we have here.
technology.
Yeah. So everything that we've seen, people from like 100 years ago would have no frame of reference. They wouldn't imagine it being the same thing. They would just be like, oh, well, maybe these horses will go really fast or something. So.
Yeah. Hughes81 says, this isn't news or anything, but Final Fantasy 13 is multi-platform. Do you think this will be a continuing trend for Square Enix and the game industry as a whole? It makes more sense. More consoles equals more customers equals more money. This is back to the multi-platform thing. So, it is happening where very, very few games are exclusive. Pretty much nowadays, it comes down to first-party exclusives.
Yeah.
Sony and you got Gran Turismo and God of War, Infamous and stuff like that. And then on the Microsoft side, you got obviously Halo and those sorts of things. There are a couple big exceptions with things like Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect is right now exclusive to Microsoft, and I don't know about
Splinter Cell, I guess.
Yeah, Splinter Cell is another one, but there's not too many really.
Oh, it's weird that he brought up Square Enix because they technically right now have been exclusive to the 360 for HD stuff.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
Bastards.
Greg slammed on the table, and then it stops the recording.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
Really?
Yeah.
How would
We did it during GameScoop once and did not pick it up for about 30 to 45 minutes.
Oh,
So
man.
it was much better to pick it up there.
Yeah, in case everybody doesn't know, we basically hold everything together with duct tape and steel.
Yeah.
And there's like a
There's a
gerbil
little-
powering things right now.
It's a hamster actually, but
You're
yeah,
right.
he's running in a wheel, and then
We had,
we have. You ever seen the ticker tape from like those old things where the stock exchange would come through and they just read it off? It's like that recording the show.
Yep.
And then Ryan has to go in and he uses a program where he manually drags the waveform.
Yep.
It takes about 17 weeks to put this together, and he manually drags the waveform depending on what we're saying. He's gotten very good at actually correctly doing our voices. He's not.
Yeah.
Greg actually
I'm
sounds
impressed.
different in real life than he does at the podcast.
Yep.
Good day!
Yeah, he's actually. But he's getting pretty good. Let's see what's going on here. Jeff Ramsroot says, "What's the goal behind Uncharted 2 co-op missions? Is there a story? Are you collecting something like in Resistance 2?
You're going after treasure. Thanks for reading the preview.
Treasure time. Yeah.
Rams. I expected more out of Rams.
I did too.
You know?
I'm sure there'll have some
He's
snarky
always
come back
sending,
for why
I know. Always sending snarky comments to us.
I believe I
Maybe-
said Nathan pulls out a treasure map and says we're going this way.
Yeah,
That's where the
maybe
treasure is.
you know this one though. This is what I don't understand. Is that because maybe they said this in the interview. I haven't actually watched the video interview yet, but
I don't think it exists.
do
That's the
they-
reason.
oh, it doesn't exist.
I
Didn't go?
don't. They never gave us any. I mean, for people who aren't in the industry, a big thing for video interviews is going to be video
yeah, yeah.
B-roll, and they never,
B-roll.
which is gameplay clips and
Gotcha.
stuff. I mean, we don't want to make you guys
Just look at
stare
a
at
talking
somebody's
head.
face for
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Okay, but anyway, so my
Unless
question was:
it's-
are the co-op missions tied? Do you go one to another, or do you pick one and then just play one, and then when that ends, you pick another one to do?
I believe you pick them, but
Okay.
I don't think I actually asked them. But that's the way they were making it sound.
Yeah.
Is that there's like a whole bunch, and you just go down.
And
a list
they
from
were saying too that they aren't necessarily piggybacking off of all the single player stuff. That there will be exclusive co-op missions. So
Yeah,
that
there you
makes
go.
sense.
Venny Boy says, regardless of embargo or regarding embargoes,
Yes.
does it just eat you guys up inside to have to keep quiet about industry happenings, or do you get used to it? For example, how long did you guys know about Uncharted 2 multiplayer? We learned about it officially, I guess, last Monday, and then wrote about it this past Monday.
But he's saying
So it was a
before
week.
that, how long did you know?
Right, but I mean, so it was about a week. Really, we knew about it for about a week.
Okay, that's what you're saying.
Doesn't
Sorry.
really eat us up. I mean,
No, I mean,
It gets to me on
there's
certain
some stuff, yeah.
I won't name names, but I've recently beaten a rather large to mid-large giant game. and I have no one to talk to about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I want to talk about the ending, but I can't.
That's
I
the
can't
thing.
talk to anybody about it.
That's the thing is like Jeff went and played Metal Gear Solid 4.
Oh yeah, he played a long time
before it came out because he played like a 90% final one over in Japan. And he played that 4 months or so before it came out here.
Ridiculously a long time.
And so he had nobody to talk to about that whatsoever.
And it's not tough, but it's like, you just want to sit down and be like, man, could you believe when this happened and that was cool and that happened?
Yeah. The thing is, it would be like, I don't watch Lost, but say, I guess I want to order the DVDs, but say you watch Lost and you saw an episode a month before anybody else did. Yeah. You couldn't talk to anybody about it because you didn't want to spoil it and all this other kind of thing. And you're like, I need to discuss what's going on. So that kind of thing happens. But, as far as news goes, nobody here ever knows something crazy that nobody else doesn't know. So you can always talk to somebody about it. We just can't tell the masses.
We do bad stuff back and forth.
Yeah.
So.
Dude, I just learned Final Fantasy 17 is being announced at E3.
Oh man, Roper, why would you
just
say that? I gotta edit it out.
It's a kart racer. It's kind of like Kojima's next one. That's all the mail I have for this week.
That's it?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah. As always, if you want to send us some mail or you want to ask a question, on our boards, we have something that Ryan sets up every week. Or you can email us at beyond@ign.com.
That's beyond@ign.com.
So there you go. Use your email programs to do that one.
Email programs initiated.
Yeah. If your grandmother wants to write in, help her set up that thing. Get the email started for her.
Gram.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Gram.
Oh. She makes nice cookies.
They're so delicious.
There we go. Ryan, I see we have a piece of paper that looks like it's an update from Beast.
It is an update from the Beast.
Beard, your sorcery.
Apparently, their Street Fighter tournament, which we discussed, I think last week, I want to say, was complete. The winner of the Street Fighter 4 tournament was Crumpleuppagus.
Nice.
Which is a good name.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I don't think Beast mentions the character that Crumpleuppagus played as, which is unfortunate.
Chun-Li.
But congratulations to him or her. I shrug.
Or it.
And thank
Or
you,
it.
Beast,
It's an
for
AI.
always being vigilant
That
with
would
sending
be
in updates.
awesome.
If you would like to participate in these various tournaments that the IGN community
Speaking of
holds,
Skynet.
go to the IGN boards in the PS3 lobby and look for Beast786, and you can get you
This guy
started.
goes self-aware and just posts on IGN and then plays kids on PS3.
That's exactly how it happens.
Yep.
The fall of
I
mankind
just don't know what
starts
I want
with.
to do with my life.
Yeah, there you go. What do we got here? So, PSN hit of the week. Do we have anybody to call out?
I didn't pick anyone, no.
No, I mean,
Let's do an old school make up a name one.
Old school.
Okay.
What name were we going to make up this week?
Ninja Town.
That's
Ooh.
a great one. I like it a lot.
Wow.
Wait, that's the name?
I read it behind you. It's on the poster behind you.
That's totally fine. Ninja Town. Yeah, there it is.
It's a
Little
DS
Ninja
game,
guys.
I think, right?
I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what
think
it
so.
is.
Yeah, DS.
Yes or we, yeah.
You can order it on Amazon. And it has Wi-Fi, apparently. Nintendo
Wow.
Wi-Fi connection
Whoa.
by Shawnimals.
Getting fancy.
There you go. So Ninja Town, PSN hit of the week.
PSN it confirmed.
Seems like somebody would have claimed that.
Also, I made a little paper fortune teller,
Nice.
so I'm pretty amazing at
They
origami.
don't have anything in there.
In conclusion, you're pretty much the best.
Also, this is what I used to do, is I just used to pretend that it was like a little creature.
Yeah.
So I would like go
Nobody
like,
can see what you're
yeah, I'm like, yeah, okay.
There you go. Do we have anything else to add to the show before we
Done and
start wrapping
done.
it up here?
Don't forget to rate us on iTunes, right?
That is correct.
Yes.
Rate us on iTunes if you haven't already.
We should edit or beat down at some point with the new Killzone map.
Yeah.
Ooh, steel and
But-
titanium.
I have other larger to mid-large giant games to play.
Yeah.
I have
There we go.
smaller to mid-smaller games to play.
Yeah.
And I don't play anything.
Speaking of iTunes and community outreach, you can follow us on Twitter if you're into that, like every other person in the world. If you're not there, where are you? We are IGN's thing is IGN.com. There's no dot there, so just IGN.com. I'm on there as Chris_Roper. Yeah.
There you go. Done.
Yeah.
Hey, I just slammed the thing. I didn't break it. That's good. Doing a little shock test. Anyway, anything else to add before we do this thing? Before we do it?
Fang.
Just like to say that I hope everybody has a good day today.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. Who's got the song for this week?
We're going to freestyle one.
They're going to freestyle one?
Yep.
What do
You
you
want me
want
to give you the beat or you want to do the beat?
What do you feel like, bud?
Don't care.
I'll beat then?
Okay.
Jeff is gone. It's a good day. Some people liked him. Some people said, "Yo, Jeff, what? Where did you go?" I don't know. away my PSN name. Beyond, I'm Jeff Haynes. I like mouses and keyboards. I'll take the buttons off the keyboards, put them in my bed. I'll roll around the keyboard buttons. Cause I'm Jeff Haynes.
Remix.
Beyond.
Beyond.